Hello there, you join me for some more Roblox ASMR. We have countries and territories of the world here. So I'm starting off at home here in the Northern Hemisphere. We have good old England. SRP lives around this region, just north of Birmingham there. Not sure why Norfolk and Suffolk is great. So, adjacent to us is Wales, Scotland, highest point of the UK, Northern Ireland, you see Belfast there, and the capital of Republic of Ireland is Dublin. But heading more north towards the Arctic Circle, Reykjavik in Iceland, a place that's in the news quite a bit for unpleasant reasons, to say the least, is Greenland here. Huge territory. Capital I think is Nuuk. There. I believe part owned by Denmark. You have to forgive me if I'm not familiar or don't know what particular countries I'll be in. I do know some. So across the English Channel, I believe you have the North Sea here, English Channel, you'll find the beautiful France and Paris there. And they are demarcated by different colours, thankfully. Although it's not quite accurate. The Pyrenees Mountains is, not sure, I think possibly there, or is it down here? I can't remember. But anyway, Portugal is not demarcated. This is Portugal. Capital being Lisbon. Algarve here. I've been to Faro, lovely place. Gibraltar there. The rest of this is Spain. I visited Barcelona, loved it there. I visited Saint-Tropez and the French Riviera here. I've been to Paris a couple of times. Right, so you have the Alps around here somewhere. I believe we have Switzerland, Germany, Italy. Beautiful Italy. There's the boot. And here is Germany. Okay, north of Germany, I believe we have Denmark. And then we're into, I think, the Baltic regions. We have Sweden. We have Norway. Let's have a look at some of these names. Then we're into Russia. Biggest country in the world in terms of land mass. Let's see how big Russia is. And then we have places such as Poland. Look at some of the names. We're into Eastern Europe. Sarajevo. So we'll have our Romanias, we'll have our Serbias, we'll have Slovakias, Slovenias. Not perfectly marked out. Right, and then if you come east, let's have a look, see, right into the Middle East. So you have your Saudi, Oman, the UAE, etc. Iran and Iraq, Israel. Or did we miss out Turkey? Let's have a look. Ankara, yep, capital of Turkey. Another large country here. Partly in Europe, partly in Asia. There we go. Just come over here. And this is Ukraine, it's Kiev. Then if we head to the next continent, find ourselves in beautiful Africa. So along the north I think we have Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, Egypt, Iraq, and coming along the east coast I think we have Somalia, Kenya, we have the Sahara Desert, places like Malawi, Uganda, DRC. We have our, I can find them exactly, Nigeria's. We have our Ivory Coast. Around here, so my knowledge of African countries isn't great. I'm trying to go off city names. Anyway, we have South Africa down here, that's Cape Town, Port Elizabeth. I believe we have a Zimbabwe somewhere around here. Okay, so that is Africa. Right, let's head east into Asia. I'm not sure if this is the Galapagos Islands. You have to correct me if I'm wrong. Antarctica, I believe, Antarctica. Seychelles, Galapagos Islands, something like that. So heading into Asia now. I'll have a look. So we have places like what's it called? Let me have a look. What's the name? Where's Borat from? Astana is the capital. I've gone blank. Anyway, we have, I believe, India here. Let's use India as a reference point. India, large country. Large country. I've been to Calcutta here. Only part of India I've been. We have Bangladesh. It's a little green country. Very flat land, prone to floods, unfortunately. Just off India, we have Sri Lanka. The north of India, you have the is it the Himalayas? You have Nepal. This is possibly China. There you go, another big country. China. Oh, the action is in the east. There we go. Shanghai. North of China, landlocked, is Mongolia. That's Mongolia. Back into Asia, down here, Southern Asia. It's going to drive me nuts. Pakistan. And we have places like Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Looking for Astana. God, what's that country Borat's from? And Golovkin. Jesus Christ, mine's gone blank. There we go, Astana, this is the country. Kazakhstan, is that the country? Kazakhstan. Just in body of water there, Kazakhstan. Right, let's go even further, Eastern Asia and Australasia. So Kuala Lumpur is Malaysia, birthplace to my father, Kuala Lumpur. Then we have places like Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam. And of course, we need to visit, I'll get my bloody words out, we need to visit Japan. There is lovely Japan. Fortunately prone to earthquakes, home of the cherry blossoms, sushi, karate. That's Japan. South Korea and North Korea, I think. Right across the Pacific Ocean, come to Papua New Guinea's, which I think is this. I think that's Papua New Guinea. Indonesian islands, there's Jakarta. Lots of islands make up Indonesia. And then of course, a country that I think I'd like to visit, but I don't at the same time. Terrified of the wildlife here, indeed. This is Australia. There's Canberra. Sydney, Canberra is the capital. And a place Jeremy Wade has visited for the giant crayfish, river monsters, is Tasmania. I think this is Tasmania. And of course, if we are in this way, we have to visit, of course, New Zealand, made up of two parts there. It's New Zealand. Looks very beautiful. Alright, let's head back east, unfortunately. We are living in a flat world here. Across the Indian Ocean, we'll head to the Atlantic Ocean, and we'll head to South America. There's the Atlantic Ocean. Right, Falkland Islands perhaps? But anyway, largest country in South America, I would say, is Brazil. This looks like Brazil. We have the Amazon River somewhere around here. That's beautiful Brazil. I think we have Paraguay, Uruguay and Argentina here. One of the longest and thinnest countries in the world is this one, on the Pacific Ocean. This is Chile. And I don't know exactly what we have around here. We have places such as Ecuador, Peru, Colombia. And then we have Suriname, Guyana, back into Brazil. Middle sections, we have, let's start with our marker, we have Mexico here. I'm in the wrong place. LA, yeah, the green is Mexico. And then you have places like Guatemala, Panama City, Nicaragua, and of course we have to come to the Caribbean islands. Not too good with these, but this one is definitely Jamaica. Yeah, not very good at naming these at all. Places like Trinidad, St. Lucia, Grenada. What do we have here? Let's come in here. I think we have I need to visit the Canary Islands. My favourite place in the world is, I think, this island. That is Lanzarote, Fuerteventura, Gran Canaria, and the others there. That's the Canary Islands. And here we have, God, it's gone blank again. Gone blank. An exotic place there. Is it the Cape Island, something like that? I can't recall. What's those islands called? And back to the Caribbean, we have your Cubas, your Haiti. There's Havana. So I think that's Cuba. Okay, sorry if I make any mistakes. Okay, and we're into the USA, the East Coast. I have a collection of little states here, such as Maine. You have New York City, New York State, around there. You have your Pennsylvanias, your Connecticuts. You have your North Carolinas, South Carolinas, Georgia's, Florida, or Alabamas, and Louisiana, etc. Texas, and of course New Mexico, California, Oregon, Washington State, Idaho, Montana, and then you have your Chicago's, Detroit's, your North Dakotas, South Dakotas, your Wisconsin's. What's that place called where Skylar goes? The Four Corners Monument, I believe. Nebraska's, your Colorado's. Okay. Out here, of course, you know what this is. These islands. You'll find Honolulu somewhere around here. This is Hawaii. Right, and also part of the USA, but not the main body, is of course Alaska. Fascinated by Alaska and northern Canada. I watch a lot of shows on those. I watch the Outdoor Boys channel. He's very much an Alaskan survivalist. I have watched what's that program called? Alaskan Bush People. I like that as well. So I think they moved north, they had problems, and then they moved back south, and they have their own island somewhere. Jeremy Wade has caught a river monster, I think, a set of islands. These are called the Aleutian Islands. I also watched a program on some gold hunters who were on one of the islands called the Adak Island, following a famous story of a pirate who buried treasure on a particular island. I think it was Adak Island, might have been this one, could have been that one, I can't remember, I think it was this one. That's the Aleutian Islands. Some famous cities, so Seattle in Washington, Portland, Oregon, Las Vegas, Nevada, Houston, Texas, El Paso, that's Texas, big state. I think Oklahoma's possibly in Nebraska. Atlanta is Georgia. Memphis, Tennessee. St. Louis, Missouri. Heading north, Northern America, its highest point is Canada. Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Toronto, and what am I looking for? Montreal, Quebec. Really cold country, into the Arctic Circle here. And if you've watched Ice Road Truckers, they started off in northern Canada. Love that show, Ice Road Truckers. And then I think in season 3 it was all part of Alaska. They're going this kind of route. I think that is a brief overview. World map here on Roblox. Got a little island. You also have somewhere called Necker, not Necker Island, what's it called? Little islands round here. I watched a video on Doug who visited a house on one of the islands round here. I can't remember what it was called. Now, was that Cape Verde? Cape Verde, possibly. And of course the Canary Islands, just off the west coast of Africa, in Morocco. I've come across this place before. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.